to another episode of Amputee Outdoors. I'm your host, Glenn, and we're out here going out to Barclay Lake today. It's only a short hike, 2.2 miles in, 2.2 out, so 4.5 roughly. It's supposed to be clear weather today, but it's cold. That's why I've got my down vest on. And I'm doing a short hike today for a couple of things. I'm testing out my day hike utility belt. I've seen a couple of these online. I thought I could make one of these. So I got my sewing machine out and some bits and pieces from some old backpacks that I got at thrift stores. Sewed this together with a thigh belt on there. I'm also testing out my Tubbs hiking poles. Normally I use ski poles, but they're being used for something else right now. So I'm going to try these out and see how they do, because I've had good experiences and bad experiences with hiking poles. Mostly bad because as an amputee, when I'm hiking, I tend to bash the heck out of them. The other thing I'm also testing today, and you probably, if you're sharp, I can see it on the side of my socket there, there's a slight lump there on the socket. That is a very special device that I am testing today for Gary and Mike to see if it works, and also let Doug know if it works as well. So Gary, Mike, Doug, this is the hike test for this device. Can't show you folks at home what it is right now. But if this works out, this can make a huge difference for us amputees when we go out on long walks like this. All right, so we're going to get on that trail, and I'll do some other videos as we go along. And when we get to the lake, I'm going to stop and cook myself up some hot cocoa and enjoy the lake. All right, let's hit the trail. Hi, well, beautiful little stream here. I think this is Barclay Stream. In fact, it's got to be Barclay Stream coming down from Barclay Lake. And I thought, oh, I'm going to have a little break here and look at this beautiful stream. And you can probably tell from my leg that I took a fall and slipped into the water, which is why I always recommend waterproofing your boots. I spray about, I don't know, half a can of waterproofing spray on my boots, even one that's got my prosthetic foot in it, because I don't want it filling up with water. The other thing to keep in mind is this is why we carry hiking poles, okay? You will slip, you will fall once in a while, almost fall. The fact that you've got ski poles, hiking poles, trekking poles, whatever, is what makes the difference between definitely falling and just kind of almost falling. I slipped, but I didn't actually fall down. My hiking poles, I stabbed into the ground, kept myself sturdy, pulled myself back up out of the creek. I was fine, okay? So when you go hiking, especially for us amputees, hiking poles, okay? I've said it before, say it again. Hiking poles. All right, let's get back along this trail. Hey there. So one of the things to keep in mind when you're hiking out in the fall is layers. Got a wicking t-shirt, I've got a thermal layer over that, and I've got my down vest over this. I've also brought along an emergency poncho and an emergency blanket. These are part of the 10 essentials that I normally carry here hiking the Pacific Northwest, even in the summertime. Because when you're up in the mountains, sometimes the weather can change very, very dramatically, and you can go from a beautiful sunny day to a cold, wet, foggy drizzle that soaks through everything. And suddenly you're in the dark and you don't know where you're going. So layers, 10 essentials. And I think next time I'll bring gloves as well, because my hands are a little bit chilly. Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to get off further along the trail here. I'll talk to you in a little while, okay? Folks, it's moments like this, scenes like this, that make it all worthwhile. All right, I just had to get a film of this tree. Now that is an old growth beauty. Sometimes people say, is it really worth it going out hiking out into the woods, cold and wet, and you gotta work at it and buy all this equipment? You know what? It is worth it. And it's views like this that make it that way. I gotta recommend this hike for anybody who's got a decent prosthetic and can get out on a trail. It's got some ups and it's got some downs and some ups and downs, but nothing too hard. If you've got some hiking poles, you're good. The thing to watch out for is tree roots. That's always the case, whether you've got 1 foot or 2 feet. But for us amputees especially, watch out for the tree roots. But otherwise, this is an awesome hike. It's very easy, really. And some of the scenery and the little side trails that go off to the little streams and stuff, beautiful. Absolutely great. I'm recommending this trail, and I'm not even done with it yet. See you a little further along. Hey there. Well, I found this beautiful spot at the end of the trail, and you can go a little further along the trail, but it becomes more and more scrambling over logs, and it's not so much a trail anymore as just a path of less logs than there are logs elsewhere. So decided to stop here, and it's a beautiful spot. They got this beautiful stream down here, literally a babbling brook. It's great. It's babbling. And the sun is shining through the trees, the air is fresh and clean. I made myself some hot cocoa with my new camp stove. Sit for a while, enjoy the hot cocoa, enjoy the sunshine, and enjoy the beauty of nature. There's sometimes when you think to yourself, I'm stuck here, I can't do much, I'm stuck. Well, maybe you are a little bit stuck, but would it hurt to try and get out, see things, go someplace, try something new? Wouldn't hurt. You know, check with your doctor, check with your prosthesist, but you'd do yourself a favor if you got out. Go for a walk somewhere, just around the park. Move on up to hiking someday. Maybe not. It's okay if you don't. But if you can, you really should. I highly recommend it. All right, well, I'm going to sit down for a while in my hammock. And see my hammock there? There you go. And I'm going to drink my hot cocoa and have a bite to eat and relax in the sun. And I think the next time I'll talk to you, I'll be back down the trailhead after the hike, and I'll give you a full review of my new hiking day pack utility belt thingy that I made, and also my hiking poles. I'll give a review of those as well, because I do have some words about them. So anyway, I'm going to sit down and relax, and then I'll see you down at the end of the trail. All right? All right then. Hang tight now. Well, here we are back on the trailhead. 4.4 miles, give or take a few yards. Excellent hike. I strongly recommend this. It's a beautiful place. There's a whole lot of cars parked along here along the road because this is a pretty popular site. The lake is beautiful. The mountain is beautiful. And the trail, it goes up, it goes down, it goes overall, you gain, but you don't really feel it because it's up and down so often. So a few review things here. First, my hiking poles, my Tubbs hiking poles. Good for some stuff, not for this, for me. I had these at 120 centimeters. I ended up pounding them down to about 110, and then they started vibrating and wobbling in my hands a little bit, so I wasn't very happy with that. If you're a manufacturer of hiking poles and you think you can make something that can take the beating that Amputee does when they're going downhill with the poles and they're jamming it into the ground real hard, send me a pair. I'll check them out. If they work out, hey, I'll give you a great review. If not, I just won't mention it. All right. For my Dealy Bob here, the thing that I made, my day hike utility belt. I got my water, my 10 essentials, day hammock, and then my cook pot down here. All told, this is about 25 pounds of weight, and I didn't feel a thing on my hips. It just sat on my hips nice and comfortable. It was a really good system. I was very happy with it, and I'm probably going to make a few improvements, reinforce some of the stitching, but I'm very, very happy with it. And as for the special thing on my prosthetic that you can't see because I've got it covered, well, Gary, Michael, Doug, it works, but there's a few things we got to make a couple of adjustments to. Hopefully someday this will make it onto the market and my fellow amputees can enjoy this as well. Alright, so this has been Glenn for Amputee Outdoors. I hope you've enjoyed this hike today with me. And as always, if you enjoyed this, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscription button down there. And as always, I hope to see you out on the trail enjoying the beauty of nature. See you around.